Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Dear students, I am Dr. Asrar Ahmed and it's my lecture number 17. This lecture is related with the kinetics and reaction mechanism by taking the example of thermal decomposition of dinitrogen pentaoxide. Dear students, this topic has been taken from the chapter Reaction Dynamics and the course code is CHEM 4146. Dear students, before going to the main reaction, that is the decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide, first of all, try to understand that what is meant by kinetic and reaction mechanism. So on the basis of mechanism, chemical reactions can be divided into two parts: elementary reactions and secondary reactions. So whenever you find the mechanism of a reaction, then reactions can be divided into two groups. Either the reaction will be of elementary type or it will be of secondary type. Elementary reactions are single-step reactions, and the rate law of such reactions can be predicted from the balanced chemical equation. But secondary reactions, they involve more than one step. So you can say the main difference between elementary and secondary reaction is this, that elementary reactions are single step while the secondary reactions are completing in more than one step. Dear students, here you will also understand that what is meant by reaction mechanism. So the reaction mechanism means a series of these elementary steps of a secondary reaction. Reaction mechanism means a series of the elementary steps of a secondary reaction. So when we have proposed a mechanism for a reaction, then it completes in two steps. First is the approval of mechanism and second is the verification of mechanism. So in the first case, that how a mechanism is approved. Dear students, the mechanism of a secondary reaction is designed in the form of a series of various elementary reactions. The expression for the rate of reaction is derived from the mechanism by applying steady state approximation. What is meant by steady state approximation? Steady state approximation means that the reaction intermediates, to find out their concentration in terms of concentration of reactants and product, the net rate of reaction will be equal to 0. So according to steady state approximation, the net rate of the reaction will also be equal to 0. So if the rate law derived from the mechanism is same as found experimentally, then we say that this mechanism is approved, so it is acceptable. So for the approval of mechanism, first step, that mechanism of the secondary reaction is designed in form a series. Then we apply the steady state approximation, and in the last, if the rate law derived from the mechanism is same that is found experimentally, then mechanism will be acceptable and approved. Similarly, for the verification of a mechanism, so remember that only kinetic verification is not sufficient for the correctness of a mechanism. I am repeating the important line that only kinetic verification is not sufficient for the correctness of a mechanism, because more than one mechanism can give the same rate law. So single kinetic verification is not sufficient for the correctness of a mechanism. So what we will do? Then we will have to use some advanced techniques like ESR, NMR, mass spectrometry, flash photolysis. After applying these modern techniques, we verify the reaction intermediates that suggest the mechanism. So dear students, here we will take an example, the decomposition, thermal decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide. Dear students, this is very important reaction to understand the reaction mechanism and kinetics of a reaction. So if we apply a single line reaction for the decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide N2O5, then we can write equation number 1. 2N2O5 give us 4NO2 plus O2. Dear students, according to the equation number 1, 2 mole of dinitrogen pentoxide, when they are thermally decomposed, they produce 4 mole of NO2 and 1 mole of O2. Dear students, this is the calculated equation number 1 on the basis of just for the stoichiometric purpose when we balance a chemical equation. But when we experimentally determine the rate law for this reaction, then surprisingly it is totally different from the equation number 1, because according to the experimentally determined rate law for this thermal decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide, rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K into N2O5. It means there the rate of decomposition of the N2O5 looks first order, but according to equation number 1, it looks second order reaction. So you can see from these equation number 1 and equation number 2 that this equation number 2 is totally different from the expression equation number 1. So in the remaining lecture, we will find out how this difference is present in writing equation number 1 and equation number 2. So what is the real position for this thermal decomposition? Dear students, for the explanation of such type of unusual expression, a mechanism has been proposed in equation number 3. According to equation number 3, this is a 4-step mechanism. So in the first step, N2O5 under rate constant K1 decomposes to NO2 and NO3. Similarly, in the second step, NO2 and NO3 they react with each other under rate constant K2 and produce N2O5. In the third step, NO2 and NO3 under rate constant K3 they react with each other and produce nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen, and under rate constant K4 this nitric oxide reacts with dinitrogen pentoxide, so it produces 3 mole of NO2. Dear students, this is the proposed mechanism for the thermal decomposition of dinitrogen pentoxide, and it completes in 4 steps. And if you see all steps in detail, then you can have an idea that in the very first reaction, what happens? N2O5 decomposes to give NO2 and NO3. As you can see here, that in the first step, N2O5 under rate constant K1 decomposes to NO2 and NO3. So in the second step, this NO and NO3, since they are the reaction intermediates, so they are being produced as well as consumed, as you can see in the equation number 1, that NO and NO3, they are being produced as well as consume. So due to this reason, you cannot see NO and NO3 in the equation number 1. If you see equation number 1 here, you can't see NO and NO3 because these are the intermediate products and they are being produced as well as consumed. Similarly, the net rate of decomposition, the net rate of decomposition of N2O5, it can be written by adding the rate of decomposition of N2O5 in all the elementary reactions involving N2O5. Similarly, if you see here that according to equation number 4, rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K1 into N2O5 minus K2 into NO2 NO3 plus K4 NO N2O5. So this equation number 4, the term involving K2 carries a negative sign. Here you can see the term K2, it is carrying a negative sign because it is the rate expression for the second reaction of the mechanism as proposed in the equation number 3. This is the same that I have shown in the previous slide. That is this equation number 3. So N2O5 is being formed rather than decomposed. So dear students, from rate expression for the third reaction of the mechanism, equation 3, it is not included in the net rate expression as N2O5 is not involved in this reaction. Dear students, the concentration of nitric oxide and NO3, nitrogen trioxide, is not experimentally measurable. So this is the main hurdle, that concentration of NO and NO3 that has been proposed in the mechanism, they are present in the mechanism, but the problem is that their concentration cannot be measured by using different techniques and by performing different experiments. So for this purpose, what we will do? We will apply steady state approximation. What is steady state approximation? It means we assume that net rate of formation of reaction intermediate is 0. For the steady state approximation, we mean that the net rate of formation of reaction intermediate is 0. So rate of formation of nitric oxide can be written as in equation number 5. Dear students, according to equation number 5, rate of the formation of nitric oxide with the passage of time, it will be equal to K3 NO2 NO3 minus K4 NO N2O5, because in the third step this NO is being produced while in the fourth step it is being consumed. So this concentration of nitric oxide is being produced and being consumed, so we have to apply the steady state approximation. So by applying the steady state approximation, we can write that dNO over dt is equal to 0, because in the third step it is produced and in the fourth step it is consumed. So by applying the steady state approximation, dNO over dt, it is equal to 0. Dear student, it is equation number 6. So here we will compare the equation number 6 with equation number 5. This is equation number 5 as we have previously studied, and this is equation number 6, because in equation number 5 dNO over dt is equal to K3 NO2 NO3 minus K4 NO N2O5, while according to equation number 6 dNO over dt is equal to 0. So if we compare the equation number 5 with equation number 6, then we can say that K3 NO2 into NO3 minus K4 NO N2O5 will be equal to 0, and this 0 has been obtained by applying the steady state approximation and comparing the equation number 5 with the equation number 6. So dear students, if we just separate out the concentration of nitric oxide here, then this equation can be written as in the form of equation number 7, according to which the concentration of NO is equal to K3 into NO2 into NO3 divided by K4 into N2O5. Dear students, this equation number 7 is the expression for concentration of nitric oxide. So, similarly, the concentration of nitrogen trioxide NO3 can be determined by using the same steady state approximation. So, the net rate of formation of NO3 can be found because in the first step it is produced, while in the second and third step it is consumed. So dNO3 over dt is equal to K1 into N2O5 minus K2 into NO2 NO3 minus K3 NO2 NO3. Dear students, this equation number 8 is showing very clearly that nitric oxide is being produced with the passage of time. In the first step of the proposed mechanism, this is produced, while in the second and third step it is used. So by applying the steady state approximation, that means the intermediate product concentration, their rate of formation will be equal to 0. So dNO3 over dt, it is equal to 0. So just like the previous example, we have compared equation number 5 and 6. Now we will compare this equation number 8 with equation number 9. So if we compare the equation number 8 with equation number 9, then we can find the value that K2 into NO2 NO3 plus K3 NO2 into NO3 is equal to K1 N2O5. Dear students, this left hand side, you can see that the concentration of NO2 and NO3 is common. So if we take this common concentration, then we can write this equation as following, just by writing that K2 plus K3 into NO2 into NO3, because concentration of NO2 and NO3 is the common here. So K2 plus K3 into NO2 into NO3 is equal to K1 into N2O5. Dear students, this NO3 concentration can be taken out separately in the form of equation number 10. So just by dividing the other terms from the left hand side on both sides, so NO3 concentration will be equal to K1 N2O5 divided by K2 plus K3 into NO2. Dear student, this is the equation number 10 from which we can find the concentration of NO3. Dear students, now he will put the value of NO3 from equation number 10 back into equation number 7, that is this one. If you see, according to equation number 7, NO is equal to K3 into NO2 into NO3 divided by K4 N2O5. So he will put this value from here, equation number 10, into equation number 7 here, that is the value of NO3. So by putting the value of NO3 in equation number 7, we got this value that NO is equal to K3 into NO2 divided by K4 N2O5 into K1 our K2 plus K3 into N2O5 our NO2. Dear students, if you see in this equation that you can see that what terms can be cut off. So when we simplified the equation, then we find that the concentration of NO is equal to K3, K1 over K4 into K2 plus K3, because this NO2 cancelled out with this NO2, this N2O5 cancelled out with this N2O5. So the remaining values according to equation number 11 are NO is equal to K3 K1 divided by K4 into K2 plus K3. So dear students, from equation number 11, we have the value of concentration of nitric oxide. So if we put the value of nitric oxide and nitrogen trioxide from equation number 11 and 10, then we can put this value in equation number 4. This is the equation number 4, because according to equation number 4, rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K1 into N2O5 minus K2 NO2 NO3 plus K4 NO N2O5. So here we will put the value of NO and NO3. So if we put the values of nitric oxide and nitrogen trioxide in this equation number 4, then you can say that rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K1 into N2O5 minus K2 K1 N2O5 divided by K1 plus K2 plus N2O5 into K3 K1 divided by K2 plus K3, because here we have put the values of NO and NO3. This is the value of NO3, this is the value of NO. So if we simplify this equation, then dear students, you can say here K1 N2O5 can be taken as common from all these terms that are present on the right hand side. So by taking the common K1 N2O5, you can say that rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K1 into N2O5. This is the common term that we have taken out of the bracket. So here it is 1 minus K2 over K2 plus K3 plus K3 over K2 plus K3. Dear students, if we take the LCM of these values that are present inside the bracket, small bracket, so by taking the LCM and simplifying the equation, the rate of decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide is equal to K1 N2O5 into K2 plus K3 minus K2 plus K3 over K2 plus K3. Dear students, this equation has been obtained by taking the LCM K2 plus K3 and multiplying with the numerator values. So, if we write this equation, that rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to K1 into N2O5 into 2K3 over K2 plus K3, then you can say that rate of decomposition of dinitrogen pentaoxide is equal to 2K1 K3 over K2 plus K1 into N2O5. So this equation shows the identical dependence of reaction rate on the concentration of N2O5 as given in the equation number 12. So if we replace the constant value 2K3 K1 over K2 plus K3 by another constant, we can find out the equation number 12. So according to equation number 12, rate of decomposition of N2O5 is equal to rate constant K into N2O5. Dear students, if you remember this equation number 12 that we have derived here after using different mathematical steps, this is the same that has been proposed in the equation number 1. So if you see this equation number 1, this was the same or different. You can have an idea from here. This is it resembling with equation number 1 or equation number 2? You can have the idea that the equation number 12 that have we derived after using mathematical different steps, this is very much resembling to the equation number 2, because this is the rate decomposition of N2O5 that is equal to K into N2O5. It is not matching with equation number 1. So he can say when dinitrogen pentaoxide is thermally decomposed, then experimentally and mathematically calculated determined rate law for this reaction will be as per equation number 2. Dear students, back to equation number 12. This is the equation number 12, rate of decomposition of N2O5 that is equal to K into N2O5. So just like I have taken the example of N2O5, you can apply in this way. A proposed mechanism can be accepted or rejected by comparing the experimentally determined rate to that determined theoretically from that mechanism. Dear students, the proposed mechanism should be consistent with the experimental rate law, hence it is acceptable if the reaction intermediate NO and NO3 are identified. So, dear students, I hope you have understand the thermal decomposition of N2O5. So, as per my introduction of this lecture, I have told you that according to which a mechanism is first approved by designing in the form of a series of various elementary reactions, and if the rate law derived from the mechanism is same as found experimentally, then mechanism is acceptable. And similarly, for the verification of mechanism, only kinetic verification is not sufficient, because more than one mechanism can give the same rate law. So for the formation of the intermediate products, that which intermediate product is being formed, which is consumed, you can check their availability by using the advanced techniques like ESR, NMR, mass spectrometry, flash photolysis, or any other instrument that you think it can be employed. So dear students, I hope that by studying this rate kinetics mechanism for the thermal decomposition of the dinitrogen pentoxide, you have got the idea that mechanism is first approved and then verified with modern techniques. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.